Just a quick update. So I'm on my way back to work, and I'm not gonna have time for video editing or anything now, so I thought we'd do a quick live one. We're gonna cross 3 bridges at Keimoes, so I will show you the bridges in a moment. The Orange River at Uppington is flowing at 750 cubic and now dropping fast. So if you want to see Ugrabies at this high level up to Sunday, well, it could be a good time to see it. Let me see if I can. There's no traffic around, so I'm just going to switch it around and show you the river and the bridges here in a moment. It's going to be a bit noisy. Slow down. There's no vehicles inside, so I'm just going to slow down and show it to you as well as I can. This is one of the 3 bridges that you have to cross at Keimoes going westwards. Footage is probably not very good. I'm going to make a video probably on Sunday. I'll be passing through and I'll have time to make a proper video. Then you can see more of it. So that's the first bridge, Ikaya River Lodge. We're going to just pass over one of the islands and then drop down again to the next bridge, the second bridge. In roughly, I think it was about 2015, these bridges were all single lane bridges. In other words, allowing traffic going only in one direction at a time. So every time you're crossing a bridge, you had to stop and wait for traffic from the other direction to stop. The next 2 bridges are very close together. So that's the 3rd stream and the 3rd bridge. There's actually 5 bridges that you have to cross, but the other ones are very small. And then we approach the 3rd bridge. So roughly around 2016, I think they were busy building these bridges, even while allowing traffic to pass over them. And how they did it was, they allowed traffic over the one bridge. They were building the arches of the other bridges right next to the existing one. And then on the banks, they had construction areas where they built sections of the new bridge, which they then put into place over the arches that they built. And in that way they completed them while traffic was allowed to cross over the existing bridges. So let's start with the Vaal side. Vaal Dam is at 71.4%. Not much inflow, so it's just staying where it is. Bloemhof Dam is at 94.5%. Also not rising very slowly, but not much. 94% is a good level for it to be at as we're going into a dry period. El Nino has peaked, and they say it will, once it starts declining, it will be a rapid decline. And but currently it looks like that will only be at the end of the rainy season, so I'm not expecting much. We're still much rain in the north, so we're still looking at a fairly dry season, even though we are in a good position with the amount of water that the dams have. Harib side, Orange River side, the flow above the dams have dropped down to almost normal levels, slightly above normal levels. Harib Dam is at 99.1%, so it stopped overflowing. And it looks like they've also stopped electricity generation, so they're not letting much water out down to Van der Kloof. Van der Kloof is still overflowing, but it's down to 101.5%, I think was the measurement. So outflow has dropped considerably, and it's going to continue dropping until, well, we'll have to see when they stop electricity generation. Let me show you the 3 bridges. I've got no traffic coming or going, so I'm going to slow down again in a moment. So again, going into Kaimus, this is the first bridge, it's bridge number 3, but this is the first bridge going into Kaimus. You can see there's quite a good stream flowing. Roughly about 1/3 of the river, slightly less maybe. Going on to the next one, I see there's a lot of comments, but I can't read the comments now. Driving, I'll stop in a moment and scan through the comments quickly. This is the second bridge, and I'll address the results of my arm, the injury, in a moment. The news is pretty much about as good as it can be. We're currently driving across, I think it's Rooikop Island. There are a lot of islands in the Orange River near Kaimus, a lot of islands. The river is a veritable maze. We've done a rowing trip once from Kaimus down to Kakamas, and it was navigating a maze of streams, getting through it. I'm not going to slow down too much here because I've got a vehicle behind me. Right, that's all I'm going to be able to show you for now. I'll stop in a moment and we can address some questions. But while we continue, I've just been to the doctor. The news is very good. None of the tendons are torn from the bone where they attach to the bone. The tears that I have is all in the muscle. It seems to be in 3 places. And one on the bicep, lower down, and it's basically the tendon tearing from the bicep, but in such a way that it's not a big problem. There is a bit of a divot where the muscle is torn away, but it requires no intervention. It requires only rest and not use of the arm. I'm not going to put it in a sling. As long as I don't put any weight on it, it's better to have full movement. I've pulled off the road completely. I'm completely off the road, so I'm just going to stop here for a moment. There's a hollow here where it is torn slightly, and then there's a hollow. It's not apparent in the way I'm currently holding it. There's a certain way in which I hold it. You can see it here. There's a kind of a hollow here, but it's only muscle torn. So it needs 6 weeks, and in 6 weeks it should be repaired. I'm just not going to use it. I don't want to put it in a sling, but I must pay attention not to use it. So I want it to be fully recovered in 2 months' time. So I'm going to be careful with it. Let me just see. Okay, so okay, Piet, Grant, Piet, Johan, terug na die dae van ons Junie vakansie, Kaimus, donkiekarre, groot nertjies. Smoking said, good morning from Limpopo. Daniel Bussen, good news from the doctor. Okay, we're going to stop the live chat here. I'm going to make more videos, and I'm going to specifically come to Kaimus and make a video at the Kaimus bridges. There's some things that I should have mentioned at the Kanoneland bridge, but time was limited. So hopefully over the weekend I'll be able to make more videos. We're going to stop the live here, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.